Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys my favorite neutral eyeshadow palettes. These eyeshadow palettes are pretty much all like from the drugstore or pretty much affordable. I did do my favorite warm tone eyeshadow palettes, which you guys seem to like a lot. So I kind of figured let's share some neutral palettes. So if you guys want to see my favorite drugstore affordable neutral eyeshadow palettes, then of course, let's get started. Alright, so starting off, I'm not going to start in any like particular order. I'm just going to kind of grab and go. And then I'll just kind of tell you guys which one is like number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. And we'll just kind of go from there. So starting off, my first one is going to be by Wet n Wild. It's the Naked Truth eyeshadow palette. Here is the packaging. I honestly love this eyeshadow palette a lot. It's pretty much, again, like your neutral eyeshadow palette. Any color you need to create a nice neutral eyeshadow look, you have it right here. And again, I tell you guys in all my videos, Wet n Wild is so affordable and they're so beginner friendly because they kind of tell you exactly where to place your eyeshadow colors if you are a beginner with makeup. If you look on the back, it tells you the placement of the colors for the eyes. And again, you have a nice brown to like deepen up the outer V, a nice pretty like shimmery color, again your brow bone color, your eyelid color, your crease color, just everything is right here. It's pretty much a one-stop shop, or it could be a really good companion palette. And when I say companion palette, that means if you have an eyeshadow palette that doesn't have all the colors you need, this can be a really good companion palette and it's travel friendly. I won't sit here and say it's the most pigmented eyeshadows that's out there in the market, but for the price and the quality, it's definitely there. And I'm just going to swatch a few colors so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Let me just swatch one more. Alright, so here is the one by Wet n Wild on my hand. And again, keep in mind, it's really good quality, it's affordable, and it's a good companion palette. And it's a true neutral eyeshadow palette, so love this one a lot. Next one is going to be by e.l.f. It's the Matte for Matte eyeshadow palette. This one is, I want to say, I forgot which one. I forgot the name of this one because I don't have the box anymore, but it's pretty much your all neutral eyeshadow palette. They do have one that's like an all colorful one. I want to say that one is called Jewel Pop. And of course they have the one that's like your warm tone eyeshadow palette, which I have that one as well. But this is going to be your neutral eyeshadow palette. You have all neutral colors in here. When you get down to like these last two colors, they can become more of like your cool tone colors. But for the most part, all of these are like your neutral colors. So you do have your different shades of browns, your cream colors in here. And again, it's a really good all matte palette. So again, like I said with the Wet n Wild one, it could be a really good companion palette. I will say the colors with these, you have to definitely build them up to kind of get the intensity, which can be a good thing or a bad thing. I think it's a good thing because you have more control of the color and the color payoff, but at the same time you have to kind of put in the work with it. So if you don't mind doing that, then definitely get it. But if you want like full out like pigment right off the bat, it's not going to be the eyeshadow palette for you. So keep that in mind. I love the packaging. It's really sleek and black, great for traveling, nice and small. And you also get a mirror on top. The Wet n Wild one is really sleek and small as well. Only thing is there is no mirror, so that's the only thing. So again, keep that in mind. But yeah, here is this one. I have featured this on my channel, I want to say in a makeup look before, so you guys have seen me play with it before. Let me swatch. I'm just going to swatch like 2 colors out of this one. And again, keep in mind you have to build up the intensity of the color. Alright, so here is these 2 swatched on my hand. And you do get more colors in this one compared to the Wet n Wild one. But again, it's just more variations of browns and more variations of like your cream colors, plus 2 cool tone colors on the end. So that's that one. And you can pretty much get all of these eyeshadow palettes -1 from either Target, Walgreens, CVS, Walmart. So again, they're all drugstore, but I will tell you guys which one you have to kind of like order online. All right, next one is going to be by L'Oreal. It's the Palette-Nude one. I haven't featured this on my channel in so long, and I guess it's because no one really talks about it because it's like an older palette, but it's still out on the shelves to sell or to buy. So again, it's by L'Oreal. It's the Palette-Nude one. They did have Palette-Nude 1 and 2. My packaging is older because I think they did change the packaging for this one, so my packaging is older. On the back, you can see 4 eyeshadow looks that you can create with this eyeshadow palette. So again, it is beginner friendly, and then they also have the numbers to tell you which color belongs to like which part of the eye, which is really cool. So I like when brands do that, because I kind of feel like when you're starting off with makeup, it's kind of hard to like know like, okay, where should I put this, put that type of thing. So I think kind of like giving a guide is very helpful to beginners, and I think it's really smart. So I like it a lot. With this one, you get a mirror, but it's a really tiny mirror right here because this part is plastic. I honestly wish they just made the whole thing a mirror, but it's fine. And then you also get a brush as well. Here is the inside of the palette. I have used this palette before, and I do think it's a really good palette. The shimmer shades in here are so pigmented and so pretty, and then the mattes in here are really good as well. I will say in terms of the mattes, you do get 2 like dark mattes. Like one is deeper, one is more like a cool tone matte, and then you have like this like light lilac-y brownish kind of color. It's kind of weird. And then of course you have like your shimmer shades. You have a mixture of like your golden, your bronze, your like deeper bronzy colors. So it's a nice neutral palette across the board. So this one you get an actual full face in terms of like a full eye look, because you have your shimmers and your mattes. Whereas with the past 2 I showed you guys is more mattes compared to shimmers. So again, you can create more looks with this eyeshadow palette, which is really pretty good. Let me swatch some colors. I am running out of space on my arms, but we're going to swatch some colors so you guys can kind of see just what the pigmentation looks like. I do like this eyeshadow palette a lot. I think it's probably one of their, I'm not going to say their best because I haven't tried all of their eyeshadow palettes, but the eyeshadows that I have tried from them is probably one of the best to me that they have created. But yeah, here is the shadow swatch on my hand right here. So again, you can create a nice full look with this eyeshadow palette, and again, you can get it from all your drugstores. And then the next one I have is by Milani. It's their Most Loved Matte Eyeshadow Palette. Here's the packaging. I did do a video on this eyeshadow palette. Keep in mind, it's not going to be a full, true, neutral eyeshadow palette in terms of like your browns, your creams, those kind of colors, because you do have some fun pops of colors in here. But I wanted to put it in a video because it does lend itself to the neutral side, because all of these colors are really like, I don't want to say they're really neutral because they're not, but I don't know. I just kind of feel like they work for like a neutral color, if that makes sense. So you do have your browns and your creams on this side. You have all of your purples and like your warm tone colors right here, but you only get 2 warm tone colors. So that's why I kind of feel like I can add it to this video. But again, I told you guys that I did like this palette a lot. I thought the mattes in here were so pretty. They're super pigmented and they blend out really nicely. And surprisingly, between the other 2 palettes, I want to say I did say that I liked this one more than the other one, which says a lot because it's an actual full-on matte eyeshadow palette. You do get a nice mirror on top. I love this mirror. I like this mirror the most out of like all the other eyeshadow palettes, so I do think they did a good job with the packaging for this. It's really sleek and compact, and you do have the names of the eyeshadows on the back. I honestly wish the names were on the front, but it's fine. Again, payoff is there, quality is there, the blendability is there. You do get a few kickback, like you get a little bit of kickback, but it's not nothing that's too crazy or out of control. And I think Milani did an awesome job with this eyeshadow palette, and if you haven't tried it, get your hands on it because I think you will like it a lot. Alright, and the last one is going to be by Bad Habit Beauty. It is the Artistry 12 color eyeshadow collection. This one was the dupe to the Makeup by Mario and Anastasia collab, which I never got my hands on. But here is the packaging. I think it's so freaking cute. Then when you open up the palette, here is the inside. Mine look horrible because this palette has so much fallout, you guys. Like, look at that. a lot of fallout, but I just love the colors in this eyeshadow palette. They're so pigmented, they blend out so nicely. The first time I used this eyeshadow palette, I honestly did not like it at first because the kickback was just out of control, but at the same time I just kind of feel like the quality was there and the color selections was just so gorgeous to where I kind of like overlooked it. But again, you do have some really pretty neutral colors in here. You have your pop of orange, you have like your 2 cool tone colors, but you can create a nice neutral eyeshadow look. I think it's definitely a palette that's beginner girl friendly, and all of the colors in here make sense in terms of like what you can compare them with. And I think it's a really good palette from Bad Habit Beauty. If you haven't tried it, get your hands on it. You'll like it a lot. But again, the fallout is out of this world. So if you don't like fallout, don't buy this palette, because again, it's a lot of fallout. So in terms of like what I would say is like my number 1 to my number 5, I would say this would be my number 1 eyeshadow palette in terms of like what to get. Milani would be number 2 because I like this palette a lot. Number 3 would have to be the one by L'Oreal, and then number 4 would be the one by e.l.f., and number 5 would be the one by Wet n Wild. So that's pretty much my top 5 eyeshadow palettes from number 1 to number 5. Again, you guys, I think a neutral eyeshadow palette is good to have in your collection, because I think, and you know, you have those days where you want a nice neutral eyeshadow look, and you have those days where you don't want to have a warm tone eyeshadow look on your eyes. It just kind of depends on like how you feel at the moment, your color preference, all the good stuff. And I kind of feel like right now warm tone eyeshadow palettes are just like killing the market, but it's still good to have your staple neutral colors in your collection because they make good companion palettes, and they're really good for like your everyday neutral look for work or school. So kind of keep that in mind. And again, these are all from the drugstore, so they're super affordable, and I think you guys will like them a lot. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. And let me know in the comment section below, what is your favorite neutral eyeshadow palette? I would love to know. You guys know I love eyeshadow palettes. I'm an eyeshadow palette junkie, so let me know, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.